Alright, hello Internet, this is Jack Reard VT, your knight in not-so-shining armor. And we're back with more Breath of Fire. Last time we basically got the last of the the goddess keys, and we're effectively behind enemy lines now, with the 6 goddess keys that we've basically been fighting the bad guys over for the entire game, so yeah, logic makes sense of that. But we're gonna go take care of this now. Maybe put an end to it, depending on how quickly I'm able to go through this. Imagine getting on an elevator and hearing this for elevator music. If that were the case, I'd be too terrified to ever get on that particular elevator ever again. Okay, here we are at the top. There was a guy here blocking us, but in our inventory here we have effectively the Dragon Wrench shout. That may or may not be useful, depending on like how much you may struggle against what's coming. I have Marble 3 active still. Or is there just no enemies here? We have a bunch of stools. I guess this is where the soldiers sit, but where's the table? Finally, enemies. I thought we still had Marble 3 active. Bowman X and Lancer X. Apparently these guys are pushovers now, when they were effectively mini-bosses around the midpoint of the game. Gotta love when JRPGs do that, or games in general do that, where enemies that were what was once a boss then becomes a regular enemy later in the game. So and Novu levels up. And Bill levels up. Fortunately, there's plenty of water for hydration to heal us up. a soldier. Basically the same sprite as I think it was a knight at the beginning of the game. This is... Okay, that leads to the boss, but I know there's some treasures around here that we probably want to get our hands on. I'm gonna go find our way to the treasures and take them for ourselves. Just started and I feel yawns coming on. Treasures. The glove. And power helmet. Now we're playing with power. That's it. Can you use this? She cannot. So who can? Gobi and Karn. Oh well. It's improvement over the diving helmet. Not that Gobi's much use in battle anyway, but... We have to push these. Yeah, these switches basically change the gates around, so we have to figure that out. We're gonna get our hands on all the treasure. guess maybe the first floor just doesn't have any of these enemies on them. Icy Cane and Marble 1. Icy Cane is a weapon for blue. Granted, she's not really going to be... Granted, she's not a physical attacker anyway, but still nice to have. If nothing else, I believe it has a... basically functions as a blizzard attack when used as an item, if nothing else. Of course, through using Gogi in the flea market, Blue has an even stronger weapon called the Glow Cane that would basically put her on par with most of the other characters in terms of physical damage, but the RNG doesn't want to be on my fate. The RNG for that just doesn't want to appear. Likewise, through the flea market, Nina's ultimate weapon also is available through there, called the Power Rapier. But again, the RNG just won't make it appear. They're mages, not physical attackers, so no huge loss if you can't get them, but I play my video games like to be overpowered. Shit going on upstairs, I think. I think that's all the treasure we can get, or that's all the treasure here. Yeah, for all the build-up and scanned, it's actually a pretty short dungeon, relatively speaking. Probably spend more time fighting Zod than we do actually exploring this place, but... figure out which buttons to push to get these gates down so I can get back up to where I was. Need the levels up. Now. Now the gate's blocking me over there, but fortunately, enemies here don't put up much of a fight. Oh, this would be So much worse. I need to go to the others. Yeah, I need to go on the side where we have the random stools. Now I think we can progress on. The claw. And he's actually pretty tanky. Fuck. Bow levels up. For good measure, we hydrate. Up front, even though it doesn't really matter. Fuck. Not even 25 minutes in and I'm already yawning. Okay, there's log, or Ember's log. A lot of people would probably use Agni, but Agni is honestly kind of cheap. It's basically an automatic win button. Not to mention, with 4 characters, depending on levels and what you use, you potentially could do more than 999 damage in a single turn without Agni. So we're just gonna leave Karn fused for this. Let's go. I'm surprised to see you here. You make the dragon family proud. It's good to have power, don't you think so, Ryu? The world should be united, and one man should control it all. The world is mine. You say that, but we're the ones who have the 6 goddess keys, so no one stands in my way. And now we have basically Alduin. We'll have Reed transform into Rudra. 4X. The marble one, might as well use it. Breathes fire on us. Even though honestly, kind of looks more like yellow dust, but Karn alone can hit for 999 if you're fortunate enough. So, oh, god damn it. I do have life 2s. Blue is apparently the fastest, so we just use Cure on himself. Blue. Just life 2 for Nina. Karn, you're good enough health that you can just survive. Nina heal blue. Zog grinned fearlessly. Get your hopes up. This fight drags out for quite a while, so. Tiny sliver of health, but he's going to have that sliver of health for quite a while. Also, we have the, essentially the Dragon Wren weapon. If for whatever reason you find yourself struggling too much against Zog, you can use it against him to drop his health to 1. Just keep in mind Ryu also dropped to 1 from it, so don't use it if you're transformed as Agni. Don't use it because then Ryu's health will drop to 1, and 1 attack would hit him, and as Agni that would result in game over. Up. Oh, shit. Karn's getting a little low as well, so just gonna have him cure himself. Unfortunately, Nina's max health is 171, so she can't even survive 1 hit of that. Just gotta hope he doesn't really use it a whole lot. As you can see here, these attacks combined are doing more than Agni's 999 can do. And again, it's just kind of cheap. Basically it's no different than summoning Exodia in Yu-Gi-Oh! Where it's just an automatic win. And he's down. Blue reaches level 40. Damn. Comet has been learned. Effectively Meteor. I underestimated you. You've beaten me, but not my dream. Go, warrior, and rebuild the world for a new generation of dragons. Maybe let's get moving. Nope. Just fall in the... This, where by the third time you probably think you soft locked or something, but nope, just a very deep hole. Wake up, Ryu. Ryu, I'm so glad. I've heard about you, Sarah. You left to fight the Dark Dragons alone. You can put your mind at rest now that Zog is gone. Thank you all for helping Ryu. I knew that you would grow into a great warrior and destroy Zog. I've been looking forward to the day that we could celebrate together. Enjoy yourself, Bill. Can't help. I'm deeply touched. I'm so happy for you, Ryu. Quite a beauty. Anyway, the world has been saved, just like the legend told us. There's still one problem. We must destroy the goddess keys. Ryu, give me the remaining keys. Ryu handed the goddess keys over to Sarah. Huh, that was so easy. What? Here they are, Jade. You've done well, Sarah. Thanks to all of you for getting rid of Zog and finding the keys. Are you worried about your sister, Ryu? With my spell, I have total control over her. In the words of M. Night Shyamalan, what a twist! We will leave for Agua to release terror. You will slowly waste away in this dungeon. Ha ha. Yeah, like hell we will. Are you trying to get out too? All of us? You know, Blue could have just teleported us out. In our inventory, we'd see the 6 goddess keys are gone. Let's just... move this stuff up. You know, I could probably sell those 2 since the trident does more and hits all enemies. But whatever. With the 6 goddess keys gone, that's 6 more spots in our inventory we can use. But and we fall down the hole. Don't disturb the Master Digger. He needs to concentrate. We're running away from the Dark Dragons. Who are you? You destroyed the Emperor? You don't have to run anymore? Cool! It's too noisy. I can't concentrate. Please be quiet while I'm digging. Yeah! It basically does rapid spin. Ready. You don't have to run. I'll let everyone know. After you defeated Zog, the guard deserted us. Now we can escape. This is the site of the excavation. This thing here. Little mole guy, get the fuck out of the way. There's a little mole over here. He's a great digger, but he has no sense of direction. Boxed myself in. There we go. And it's now daytime and scanned. Jade is planning to go to Agua with a beautiful woman. Well, not if Ryu has anything to say about it. Or if you don't feel like flying, it's Agua's that floating tower right outside Romero. So it shouldn't be too hard to find. Yeah, there's Agua. Or, no wait, that's Agua. First, let's... First, we're gonna have a little chat with Parthenax. Hey, we took care of your brother, so... No, we're not gonna listen to that stupid lady, what was her name? The one who's won the blades. Whatever. I'll worry about that when I get to Skyrim in like 12 years. Nina read the inscription on the tablet. Because we opened up all the doors earlier. Mostly just a straightforward walk. Not that the enemies here would be dangerous to us anyway. Got the treasures there, but just double checking. Stop him before he succeeds, Ryu. I won't let you interfere. I'll destroy you myself. Yeah, she's basically got speaking like she's two different people. Yeah, we kind of glanced up here before, but without the keys, there's nothing to really do up here. Not that I think we could do anything with the keys anyway. Our whole shtick here is supposed to be to prevent the goddess Tyr from being reborn or whatever. You're too late. She's been released. A lightning bolt has hit the second tower. I shall now meet terror. And glowing thingy has a bunch of planets or whatever going around it. Fun fact, in the Japanese version, Jade is known as Judas. So, kudos to the translation people for changing that. Otherwise, it would have given away the plot twist. Anyway. We got this shit. I say that if I go down there, I think it's gonna reset those steps. And pincher X. Again, was Elon Musk part of this localization? Because we have enemies with X. Blue has spells Ice X, Fire X, Bolt X, Nova X. I mean, I get it. The X makes things sound cool, and this was the 90s, where everything had to be cool and extreme. But what makes the extreme so cool is that it's not overused. Which is kind of the problem in terms of why, the whole extreme attitude of the 90s kind of died off in the early 2000s, because we kind of overused it. Like when you say a word over and over and eventually it stops sounding like a word, that's kind of what we did with stuff like extreme and whatnot in the 90s. Just stopped making sense. Nice. But anyway, that treasure we got was a domino. Funnily enough, functions as a helmet. I don't get it either. But that's actually a downgrade from the Agile helmet. Whatever. Power armor. Power helmet. Oh, can't use the power armor. So who can't use it? Use it. Nina Blue. Downgrade over the evil robe. Huh. I know the clear cloth is better, as you can see. So cool. now. That's effectively a dead end. To go this way. Agile armor. First, let me see who can equip that. Nina in blue. Okay, so the agile armor is an improvement over the evil robe. And since this is a tower for the tower of a goddess, it kind of makes sense that the equipment we're finding seems to only work for Nina in blue. In fact, I think in the actual lore, blue is supposed to be the sister to the goddess Tyr. And in Japanese, Tyr is actually known as Maria. I don't know why they had to change that. I kind of get the change from Judas to Jade to kind of avoid spoiling that he was going to turn traitor, but Maria, I don't get it. Nice. Sorry, I was just checking. I tried getting in touch with somebody about it. Someone else about setting up overlays and kind of optimizing my stream setup here. So figure out how to basically put it in simple terms what it is I want. Trap guard. And let me guess, Nina in blue. Oh, Karn. Let's see where... That's a downgrade from the Star Shield. Cure. That's good. This way we can. Treasure's blocked off, but we'll just do some Marble 3 for the sake of kind of moving this along. I'll try to figure out this puzzle without causing too much distraction. These gates, I can get this treasure, which is a flame dagger. Pretty sure that functions as a flame spell, but I don't think we need that. Nice. The power of the shield blocked Nina and the rest of the party. They received some damage. You'll never be able to penetrate the shield. You can only watch Jade march to world domination. Okay, I'll remove the shield. The shield is gone. Hurry, you must go. Ryu, Jade using a spell to control my mind. Sometimes the spell breaks, and I regain my senses. You should go. I must say one last thing, Ryu. I know that you'll do whatever it takes to stop him. And plot twist, and I forgot to fucking heal. Shit. Well, this is where the water jar comes in handy, though. Being that, being that Blue is the fastest, I think we'll have her use it. And in the meantime, we'll just have Karn use a heal or a cure on himself just for good measure. I just gotta hope that Blue fires off the water jar before Sarah attacks. See, not only replenishes health, but magic as well. So, yeah, that's pretty damn powerful. Unfortunately, we only get one use out of it, so... You should see that little apostrophe is gone, but... Anyway, you can also use the Dragon Rend on Sarah here, because she's a dragon too, if you didn't use it during the fight with Zog. Arguably, Agni would be a bit of a disadvantage here. Ow. Because Agni fires off one attack that goes for 999. But Blue using Boltex is able to hit Sarah for 600, followed by Karn using his attack for around 300 or 400. Then Ryu has his fleet of dragons for about another 400. Karn has more than enough HP to take damn near anything they can throw at him. Revert. So don't need to use an item yet. is getting a little low, so we'll have him use Cure. And just for the sake of showing it off, I'll show Comet, which 75 magic points. Big Crash. Effectively the same as Ryu's attack here with his little dragons. Obviously it will hit every enemy, but using, you know, Boltex against bosses just works better and costs only more than, or Boltex is better than Comet for the sake of boss battles. That's what I'm trying to say. And how appropriate it is that Ryu is the one who lands the killing blow. Levels up. Brother, I'm finally free from Jade's control. Don't grieve over me. You did the right thing. But I have to go now. My planet needs me. Sarah, if free from Jade's control. Gotta love those spelling errors. Oh, damn, I see everybody else's damage too from that shield. Anyway, back to what we were doing. Brought away. And now Nina's back in her pink leotard, but her skin and hair is purple. Heal fixes it, thankfully. Not that it really matters, because we can just hydrate here. I mean, I know water is supposedly good for you, but I don't think a single sip of water is that good. And yes, I have had those moments where I've taken a sip of ice-cold water at like 3:30 in the morning. It's delicious, it's refreshing, but it's not some miracle potion. Take Stone Helmet. Lose a lot of action, but gain more defense. Not that it matters, because we're not using him anyway. I think they intend to trick you with that little hole there, but we can go around. Nina reaches level 30. Sweet. Dispel has been learned. For all the good that's gonna do. Please tell me this is another one of those puzzles here. Oh, good. is it one of those puzzles? Well, at least I can still see the buttons. Though realistic, if I was in the situation here where I stepped on a button and then suddenly there was no ground beneath me and I was looking into outer space, I'd be terrified. I mean, I know in the sake of a game here, there's walls we hit that we don't just fall off, but if I had to actually do this, I think I would end up falling off. Also, a nice little attention to detail is in the battle scene, since the floor is gone, it's gone in the battles as well. And now that we turned it back on, it'll be back in the battles. But I think I gotta go up this way. Yeah, not a fan of this particular puzzle, but still better than what we dealt with in Mogu's fucking dream. I don't know if there's other treasure or not, but wait, hold on a minute, I heard. just a minute. Actually, hold on. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had to message back the guy about what I wanted to do in terms of like setting up overlays and figuring out, Streamlabs and or OBS. Strong pressure pushes the party down. Ryu, what took you so long? Did your sister give you a hard time? The goddess Terror has been released, and she is mine. I am all powerful. Where the fuck you are, buddy? And explosions hit the second tower. Wake up, Ryu. Don't leave. Huh. You're alive. Your sister asked me to take care of you in my dreams. When I woke up and walked outside, I found you. She is always protecting you. You're back. I'm so happy. I've been unconscious for 3 days. I wouldn't mind being able to go to sleep for 3 days. But, again, Ryu was caught in an explosion and not just chilling of his own volition. Your sister brought us here. She saved our lives. Yeah, she let us win that fight. As is typical of what typically happens with sibling rivalries in anime and video games and whatnot, where the younger sibling wins despite the older sibling clearly being the superior one. I know because I do this, I stream here, and I'm struggling to find my footing, yet I have an older brother who has done YouTube for about 10 years now, has quite a following, and His work is just so much better than mine. Yet he'll probably, if he saw this, he probably would say that I'm the better sibling, but no. I am not the golden child. Anyway. Nina, emergency! Oh, you're back, Ryu. Jade has resurrected Obelisk, the Tormentor. We must stop him. Everyone's waiting outside. Let's go. He's right. Let's go. Fight for us, and for the sake of your sister. I didn't know that something so formidable was buried there. The enemy is very powerful, Ryu. It doesn't look good for us. If there is any hope for the future, we are it. It's our responsibility. Let's go. Obelisk will move around. It's unscanned right now. Nina can take us there once. And the triumphant music as we now get ready for effectively the final dungeon. Is everyone ready? Let's stop Jade. Yes, we can fly to Obelisk, but first we're gonna go back to Drogon and basically stock up for the final battle. These items remain. So, sell the dominoes. By selling it, we basically avoid the Noid, more or less. So that, trap guard. Helmet. Glove. No glove, no love. All this money, we're swimming in money, so we're just gonna fill up on a bunch of cures, and maybe a few marble 3s as well, just for the sake of not having to move along, or not getting too bogged down in battle. Let's sell the T-drops, because we basically have heal for that. Acorns. But one thing I want to do is go back down to the one cave where we filled up the water jar to make sure we have that as sort of an emergency backup. I mean, if it wasn't for that, I would have lost the fight against Sarah, but I mean, that's the point of it. It's effectively a last resort. Nope. Works. Someone's area protects from evil. down. Whatever. Yeah, remember, Agni was found down there, which would serve as an explanation as to why this water is so holy, essentially. It, we can teleport out. Remember, said it was near Scanned. If there's Obelisk, basically, it's kind of like a Roman Colosseum if it were turned upside down, and right. Remember, switch out Nina with anyone really to open doors and whatnot here. There is no entrance. We'll have to dig a hole in order to enter. There's a crack. Ogu, do your thing. I can't dig here. Oh shit, you're a mole, that's what you do. Yeah, we can't find how these orange tiles basically make the unintentional shape of an arrow. Can't dig into it, so now what the hell do we do? Well, if you remember, there was that guy who was a master digger at the, which I believe is at the It's not playing the world map theme, it's playing that theme in the beginning where we went at the start of Obelisk. Is that supposed to happen, or was it just a glitch? Anyway. Off to Grammore. While I was traveling, I lost a town treasure. Now it's at the bottom of the ocean. I don't expect to find it. Sucks to be you. The obelisk wall will be hard to penetrate, even for the master digger. Be nice to my brother. Somewhere we find the old bastard who should be able to help us. here. That's Parthenax. Though I should talk to him as well. Need a hole dug? You should ask the Master Digger over there. He lacks a sense of direction, but he digs well. An evil person could take over the world with Obelisk. Yeah, ask C. Sedokaiba, for example. Break it to Obelisk? That's a tough one, even for a master. If I had the Eye Claw, I might be able to do it. Maybe Eye Claw. Okay, reminder, this game was in the 90s, so it was before Apple had its renaissance or whatever with all the eye products, so... Anyway, if we ask around, in terms of where to find the Eye Claw, if you remember, the one guy talked about his treasure falling at the bottom of the ocean. Or basically you go to Prima and you can ask the fish folk about where to find it, but luckily I know where to find it. It's found, belongs to some old lady somewhere. So first we have to fly near Aurea. I'm sure that's just warp to Aurea. Yes, El Dorado. In case you forgot. Over here we have this little hut that we can only get to by flying, despite there being a path to the underwater area. We can only actually speak to the old lady here by flying. I collect all kinds of weapons. It's a hobby of mine. I'd like to share my hobby. Do you know any other weapon buffs? Yeah, this is just one giant goose chase for the sake of, I guess, padding out the final part, but... Anyway, the other weapon buff she's talking about was the guy outside of Gant. If I can find where Gant is. Wait, it's over here. Yeah, this guy. We had to get a weapon of some sort from him. Bah, bah. It's like I'm talking to a fucking goat. Someone who loves weapons like me. How intriguing. I have an idea. Will you take this list from my collection to her? She'll appreciate it. Okay, I think we have to go inside here. It's in one of those boxes. Which one? The box! Yeah, there's multiple boxes, you old fart. Hey, I'm old. I don't know where I put shit. Take the list. And we take his private stash. Not that really does us any good. Now we gotta take the list back to the old lady. Nina hands over the list. Another weapon buff. Maybe he'll recognize my weapon. Come get it and show it to the old man. Okay. It's in the treasure box. I'd like to know what it is. You own it and you don't know what the hell it is? At least there's only one box here instead of 3. Take the... what's it? She did say she doesn't know what it is, so I guess she just calls it a what's it. You know, old people and their crazy words. Okay, I got the who's it what's it's here. What did you bring? Nina hands over the what's it. Let me check it out. It's unique, but I don't think it's a weapon. Let me study it. I wrote about it in this letter. Receives the letter. I'll know the answer by the time you get back. Sure you will. Yeah, this little bit here is kind of really unnecessary. So, what's the answer? He hands over the letter. It says it's not a weapon. It's a tool for the mortal people. Well, if it's not a weapon, I'm not interested. Do me a favor and bring this to the old man. Another letter is given. Remember, it's supposed to be a medieval world, so they don't have cell phones or anything like that. So we have to communicate effectively via carrier pigeon. Back already? I have good news, everyone! I found that it was a tool for the mole people called the Eye Claw. It's over a letter. A letter for me? The Eye Claw? Go ahead and take it. This is the Eye Claw. Now, despite it being called the Eye Claw, it's actually not a weapon for, it's not a weapon for Mogu. As you can see, we can't equip it. But anyway, back to the mole people. I don't know why I'm flying, I can just teleport. Fate is in our hands, as per usual. Show the old guy here. You found the Eye Claw. Good work. I'd like to teach you how to use it, but it's only for the mortal people. Racist. But anyway, let's put Mogu in front. Show you how to use it, Mogu. Watch closely. Hans Moleman uses Rapid Spin. It's not very effective. It's like that. Got it? Here, you try it. How am I doing? You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby. I guess that's about right. Mogu learns how to use the Eye Claw. Remember, it's old, so you'll only be able to use it once. Mogu is gifted. I could develop his potential. Okay, so... yeah, anyway, he says you can only use it once, so let's make it count. Let's just double check the inventory here. keep the herb. Actually, let's check storage here to pull out some of the other stuff, just for good measure. Those life 2s. Take the M drops. Cure 2 would be nice, but basically full up already. And as you can see, we're not exactly hurting for money if, for whatever reason, we don't have enough and need to, you know, buy more. And not to mention, there's always the option of just leveling up if you don't think you're ready. I think it was over this way. Just as a precaution, let's rest at the inn and talk to Parthenax before we go in. Recorded. Yes. For leveling, there's again the island closest to heaven / hell, aka where the goddess tower was, and then there's also outside scanned, which I don't think doesn't exist anymore. I don't even think there's like a hole in the ground where it was. Yep, scanned is completely gone. Not even a hole in the ground where it was. But, anywho. Time for us to go through Obelisk the Tormentor. No entrance, we have to dig a hole. It's okay, we have Slifer the Sky Dragon, aka Ryu. Alright, Mogu, do your thing. Yeah! He uses Rapid Spin. And it worked. Let's get you out. We're in the end game now. Fight Blaze X. Oh god, here comes a seizure. Yeah, these guys hit real freaking hard. Not that it really matters, but I'm gonna go ahead and change the name of the episode here for the sake of the VOD channel. There we go. The weapons Bo and Bill have, they're basically unstoppable. Not to mention Ryu basically batting clean up with the Tri-Rang. Fight you, but probably should for the sake of getting experience, but or seizures. Right now Nina's gonna throw it back at him. I think that'll just take us back, so... Ow! Fucking asshole. Come back to life for you. How many times do I have to keep fighting you, stupid eyeball? Better have Nina heal me. And herself. See some guy standing there and a treasure chest, so kind of go in the right direction. Gobi levels up, for what good that's worth. Take the flame hammer. It's a weapon for Bill. Unfortunately, we have the mallet, which is just better. And I just went in a big circle. Fine, I was gonna let you live, but you won't let me run away. There. Let's go to Horny Jail. Bonk. I see you. You left the letter off there, guys. Ow. Okay, that's why we stocked up on life. Yeah, just use up those herbs. I'm not gonna let you interfere with Emperor Jade. I'll stop you if you try. By running away. Giving you a warning. Ignore my warning and face the consequences. Your journey has come to an end. Accept your defeat. And it wouldn't be a JRPG without generic stone enemy. Generic stone boss. For I am the Dragonborn, the Dovahkiin. Even with stronger attack, these guys, I guess this guy, well, it makes sense given he's made of stone. Probably should have brought Blue in here for the sake of using her magic, but oh well. Yeah, I don't think the attack up does a whole lot. So his defense is just too damn high. For good measure. Probably cast agility up on Bill. That guy's so fucking slow. Just have her use Trident. Apparently we still have the Dragon Rend we can use, but Zog and Sarah were the only ones who it would actually work on, so it just sits in our inventory now. Slam. No effect. Hopefully this finishes him off. Nope. Good. How did you beat me? This can't be. Let's get this set up here. Oh god, four different ways. Choose your destiny. We have 6 of these things that were basically the heart in the stone robot, but I guess the goddess has 6 hearts. I've shown off basically everything here, so it's just Marble 3 our way to the final showdown. You know, we probably could have just jumped down and saved ourselves a lot of trouble. Okay, we went west. Let's see what happens if we go east. Looks like it just takes me back here. Let's try north. Nope. So by the process of elimination, south. Or not. Get here. Okay. gonna fuse. You've kept up with me in spite of the odds. Well done. If you switch to my side, I could give you a town or two. What do you say, Ryu? Want to join? Yeah, the Dragon Lord and Dragon Quest already offered something like that, but I'm gonna say no. That's too bad. I'm pretty sure if we said yes, he probably would have just backstabbed us anyway, because, you know, Judas. I don't know if this will actually do anything, and I just realized Nina's out of magic. So... probably should have brought one of those white antlers with me. Let's use an M drop. That'll work. Flame hammer does, if anything. So it did not recover magic. So that was a waste of an M drop. And Flame Hammer is bullshit. Meantime, Nina's just gonna have to eat some nuts. Hopefully this guy can't aim for shit. attack up. Sorry, I just had to message the fella about my Twitch overlays. My stream, not Twitch overlays, stream overlays. Funny enough, this guy isn't really hard, his fight is just really long. Quick 2 slams. You just do your thing. Damage is so little, I think I'd just have her keep eating nuts. Boost up her magic. It's alright, we're getting there. Slowly but surely. So his name is now in red, meaning he's weak. Unfortunately, blue is almost out of magic now. So let's heal Ryu up. God, throw his orange balls on us. I'm going to have you use a cure on yourself. Have Karn get Cure 3. And with no more magic, I'm just gonna have blue act as secondary healer. Jade grinned fearlessly. Now we're finally at the second win part. Blue, you're gonna need the nuts too. For another Boltex. Ow! Asshole. Dead, it won't let me use a cure on him. Just have her use meat. I hope Ryu can survive another attack. It won't do as much, but at least I can fully heal. See? And he's down. He's just level 41. AP up 21. Jesus. Ha! Are you happy now that you've beaten me? Don't let it go to your head. You didn't really defeat me. It was my destiny to lose. I knew it when I released the goddess. Enjoy meeting Tur, the goddess of destruction. Eh, don't be a sore loser, you dumbass. You lost. Admit it. Should be something here. I sworn there was. Okay, Star Hammer. Which that's a weapon for Bill. But again, the mallet is better. But it does function as Comet as an item. So we'll just put it up there. And if we check Jade's throne, somewhere. side of it, we find the Emperor's Sword, which is Ryu's ultimate weapon, but let's see, it goes from 273 to 378. Yeah, Ryu is effectively a god at this point, but it honestly doesn't really matter because there's only the showdown with a goddess next. But okay. Famous platform. And there she is. Despite being mentioned all this time, this is the first time we actually get to see the goddess Terror. It looks just like a regular woman. But if we... What do you want? Did you come here to have a wish granted? Say yes or no, but first we want to say yes. Go ahead, ask me for anything. Money? Power? Should I heal your wounds? HP is completely recovered. Yep. Now what I'm going to do here is, there's actually two possible endings with this game depending on what happens next. So I'm going to create a save point here. I'm going to show the quote-unquote bad ending first. Then I'm going to reload the save and show the quote-unquote good ending. But now let's talk to Tyr again. This time let's say we don't want a wish granted. You didn't come for a wish? Then why are you here? Why do you have your sword out? Are you ready to fight? At this point, we can just throw on auto battle. As you can see, she's not even fighting back, she's just crying. So much for being an all-powerful being. I haven't done anything. Don't hurt me. I'll do anything for you. Please be my friend. Say yes. Let's be friends. Ryu, use the magic of Agni. She'll reveal her true self. I'm not. I've done nothing. She'll fool you with her innocent looks. She's evil, but she'll hide it. Don't be fooled. Just like a real woman. Anyway, Sarah said to use the magic of Agni, but for the sake of the bad ending, we're just gonna ignore that. And see what happens if we try to take down, the goddess without Agni. See now her aura is more evil looking and her hair has gone Super Saiyan. Still crying those crocodile tears. But she actually fights back now, so Star Hammer. After we transform into our dragon form. There's Comet. Let's 400 damage. So, pretty good shit. And it doesn't cost magic, so there's that. Got that going for me, which, you know, that's nice. Okay, let's cover. It's gonna take a while, much like Jade, but actually, why am I using Boltex? I can just use the Star Hammer for free, essentially, and do the same amount of damage. That's called being resourceful. Hopefully Nina can withstand another attack. So he got back to me, so I'm gonna have a talk with him on Friday sometime about trying to optimize everything here. Ow. But anyway, yeah, with the stuff we're doing here, we're doing more or less the same amount of damage that Agni would do. So, sorry, Sarah, we're gonna defeat the goddess without basically using Exodia. I don't need her to use her magic. I have the Star Hammer. Ow. Have Blue act as secondary healer again with meat, and Nina also using meat. The jokes write themselves. For 50. Okay, this turn I'm just gonna have everyone use a cure. For sake of just trying to keep everybody's health up. Trident it is. Then Nina's dead. Fuck. That. We can have life 2. Almost there. Ow. I'm gonna use a quote out of context. Just let it happen, it'll be over soon. This isn't even the good ending. Still have to do this fight again to get the proper ending. But should be it. Or not. Okay, just for good measure, I'm gonna have everyone cure themselves. And she's dead. 10 experience and 12 gold. It'd be hilarious if I actually gained a level or whatever from that. It's finally over. It's about time. That was actually easier than I thought. We were much stronger, right, Ryu? Ryu? You've succeeded. The world is in your debt. Go, warriors, go! Go where? We've got to help the people rebuild their villages and towns. Oh, that's right. Let's go. And we get this good picture of Parthenax. And then it's just a credit roll. But now we're gonna load up and do it the way the game intends us to. First we have to defuse Karn. Okay, can we have a wish? No. Go through the spiel first. Or she'll just refuse to fight back. Don't hurt me. I'll do anything for you. Be my friend. Yes, let's be friends. This time we're gonna listen to Sarah and use the power of Agni. Just have everyone else, defend. We bring forth the winged dragon of Ra. This. You can't challenge me to a fight. You're only humans. I'll destroy you all. I don't believe this. And now the true final boss. Effectively the Alien Queen from Alien Resurrection. Actually have to use an acorn in order to have enough magic to use it, so for now let's have Karn use the Star Hammer. Bolt X and Fort X just to guarantee our survival. Now you're in for it. And again, Agni basically is just sort of an automatic win button, but defeating the goddess without it takes a long time, as you saw when I had to fight her the first time. So, auto battle it is. Not that matters, it's gonna take a while regardless. Here, goddess is intrigued. Yes. One giant eldritch abomination versus another. But, today we use our power to fell a goddess and then seize our destiny. Basically, summon Agni, push auto battle, stop auto battle if your health gets a little low, throw up a cure, rinse and repeat. And just for good measure, and the cure fully heals us all the way up to 999. So, resume auto battle. As far as final bosses go, the design for the final boss is pretty cool, but as an actual fight, when you just summon Agni and basically go make yourself a sandwich or whatever, as far as final fights go, that's just kind of lame. And just like before, we get 10 experience and 12 gold. Be hysterical if someone actually gained a level off of that. You can't win, humans. This is only temporary. I shall return. Also, for clarification, I don't think anyone in our party actually qualifies as human, quote unquote. I kind of had a discussion about that last time when we had to deal with Cyril, but maybe we should do something? Did we learn nothing from fighting Zog? And we fall again. But thankfully, we get saved by a giant bird. The bird people have come to save us. I'm proud of you, Ryu. You turned the tables on the goddess of destruction. You and your companions completed the mission of the legendary warriors. This is the beginning of a new legend. I have watched you succeed, so I have no regrets in leaving you. Wait. Goodbye, Ryu. You may be proud. You are a true warrior. You truly are the Dovahkiin. You have done well. I'll remember that you saved the world. This is the beginning of a new legend, as foretold in the Elder Scrolls. It's finally over. It's about time. There is still much work for you. You must help those who lost much during the war. Can't we take a break? A real hero doesn't quit until the job is done. As Doomguy put it, rip and tear until it's done. Nina says, we're making history. We'll all be legends someday. That's right. Oh, don't forget, you still owe me money. Again with the money, says the guy who's a thief. Is he worthy of hero status? Let's go. Nina, we should return to the castle. The king is waiting. There's still a lot of work left to be done. Tell the king I'll return when I'm ready. Now with this we get the good ending, where we basically get to see our heroes travel about to begin rebuilding after all the destruction. As you can see, he uses rapid spin. Spin! He messed up. Like, oh, wait, hold on. And Snake Mommy went back to bed. She'll awaken another 1,000 years or so. You can see Bill, his wife, and their child as a sort of small section of pixels. See Gobi setting up his shop back in El Dorado. Karn helping out at the town of thieves. We see that volcano where the stone robot went. Bo returns to his village of furries and wannabe furries, also known as Tantar. Now Ryu and Nina return to Winland. Well, Nina does. She rebuilds her town. Now Ryu returns to his town of Drogen. And finally, everybody starts to actually get their asses in gear and rebuild. Along. Sees his older sister, who is still going to be watching over him, I'm sure. Again, that's proof of how the older sibling is the superior sibling. But that was Breath of Fire, everybody. Been a while since I thought about where to put things on like a rating scale, but for Breath of Fire, oh hey, Ted Woosley worked on this translation anyway. That's cool. Anyway, as I was saying, I would put Breath of Fire 1 in A tier. It's not, it's no Final Fantasy or Chrono Trigger or Lunar or Shin Megami Tensei or whatever, but it doesn't need to be. It does its own thing. And I appreciate that. The only real downer I would say is the part where we have to deal with Mogu's dream because of that god-awful puzzle, and having to use Marble 3 often for the sake of backtracking or just getting through areas without getting swamped by monsters. If they tweaked those things a little bit, this would have been S tier, but as it stands, it goes in A tier. And Capcom knew they had something on their hands since they actually spit out a sequel roughly a year and a half later. Also for the Super Nintendo. Which, I've never actually played that version, or I've never actually played the second. I've only ever played the first Breath of Fire, never any of the sequels. So whenever I get to Breath of Fire 2 at some point, that'll be interesting, to say the least. Because, the purpose of doing this is essentially acting as sort of a walkthrough. And I even have a tag for walkthrough on Twitch. But a blind run of something would be entertaining, would be interesting. Oop. Sorry. So, anyway, since I finally finished Breath of Fire, I think it'll be a while before I do another JRPG, simply because this one took 9 episodes, or 9 streams total to finish. And at approximately 3 hours a pop, that's about 27 hours. So, quite a decent amount relative to some of the other stuff I've played and other games. And you. Thanks for playing. And the end. Okay, now that's resolved. Now I have to consider what exactly where I go from here. I mean, I do enjoy JRPGs, but this one alone took 9 videos, or 9 streams. Crystalis on NES took 5, I believe. So, I mean, as I go forward from beyond NES and Super NES into, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 territory, they're just going to get longer and longer. And unfortunately, my job kind of restricts me to usually doing only 3 hours for the most part in terms of my streams. So when we get to the point of doing something like Final Fantasy X, when I get to doing episode 47 of, say, Final Fantasy X, or God forbid, episode 157 of Kingdom Hearts 2. That's gonna be. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. So who should I raid? Let's see. A bunch of people doing Pocopia. That's pretty fun. Then alright, so tomorrow I'll be back with something else as opposed to Breath of Fire. Until then, this is Jackred VT. Ride the wind.